good. That's good stuff. Though.
Yeah,
I
it's
wanna
gaining
know,
good popularity.
How are the picks? How are they going?
They're going great, man. The first round of inventory is gone.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was gone quick. So we're frantically making more. It went faster than we got. So
That's great.
yeah, they're gone. So now I got Njabula is the guy who handmade the other ones, and he's got a whole slew of them done. And we've got another guy, his buddy, who is just called Super Z.
Okay. Super. Wow.
Is there? Well, I mean, these guys, we're sourcing the plastic out everything in South Africa, in KwaZulu Natal, and then it's being, we have local entrepreneurs there that gather the plastics and clean it and grind it and all that other kind of stuff, take it out of the oceans,
Okay.
and then these young men are also right there in South Africa. So
see.
Typical name is like 37 letters long, and so they get these nicknames.
Oh. Tell me about the zinc that they're harvesting out of the harbors. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so the guitar, the wall hooks that I had first, right? And you guys looked at them. You and Phil looked at them. You gave them a B, right? B plus.
Well, we were a little concerned about.
Well, they weren't. The angle wasn't quite right. They weren't quite far enough away from the wall. You could put an electric guitar in there, but it wasn't. You didn't feel real comfortable about it when I tried them and stuff like that, right? So, new design. Completely new design. So the back of it, or the plate against the wall, will be 100% ocean plastic, and then the forks coming out will be reclaimed zinc from the bottom of the harbor. So the ships have zinc anodes on them on the outside because the salinity of the water, and then the electrical systems in the ships can cause corrosion. So the zinc is there to balance out the electricity somehow. I'm not an electrical,
Yeah, I got
but it's there to
it's a chemical. It's partly chemical, electrochemical reactions.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Between
okay.
salt water and zinc, I get it.
Exactly, and they're built to break off if they hit things, right?
Okay.
So, and they do. So the bottom of the harbors have a ton of zinc in them. So those forks will be reclaimed zinc.
That's
and then
something nobody knows.
No, they don't.
I've
That's
never heard that in all the years that
I had no clue either, because when I was talking to him in South Africa, at the Oliver, my partner in South Africa, and in Jabula, I was like, what are we going to do? I don't want, I mean, steel is fine, virgin steel is fine, because it's easy to recycle. It's not, you're not hurting the earth really, except the process of making it is probably not all that great. But the zinc works, so beautiful.
Right. Yeah,
beautiful.
That's
so those will be after the first of the year. We've got some cool things to make out of that plastic together, joint ventures in the next year, right?
Yeah. I really
we're not going to reveal those quite yet, right?
Yeah.
Do we?
Not yet. No,
not yet.
Not yet. It's too soon.
Stay tuned. It's badass.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
There's a couple badass ideas. In fact, you came up with another one today.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. There's
So
a lot.
yeah.
There's a lot of things that we're trying to think about. This plastics thing is because one of the problems with all plastics is what is their actual useful life? Like a shopping bag that you get at the grocery store has a life of approximately 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, it's called single-use plastic, and that's one of the biggest problems we have is single-use plastic.
So what we were trying to find is things that have a long life,
and
40,
that's
50, 60 years.
That's exactly it. So you're 100% right.
If we can do that, we will make an actual stride in getting the plastics out of the ocean, keep them in people's hands, and as useful items for long term.
And the ones that aren't long term, if we can keep them, the plastic streams separated, the ones, the twos, the threes, the fours, as long as we can, the more you can just keep using them, right? Because the more contaminated they get, the worse it gets, and they fall apart, and just in the polymer strains and so on and so forth. Sure. So all the products, as we move forward, eventually, and not too far down the road, like talking by the end of next year, will be. We'll buy them back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right?
Well, that's very cool. Nobody's doing that.
Yeah, because we can use them again. Don't throw them away.
Yeah.
If the guitar pick breaks in half eventually, because it will, because I shred the hell out of mine.
Yeah.
The thinner ones.
Yeah.
I
maybe
do.
If you could buy them back or I don't know, some sort of credit on them.
But that's what it'd be. It'd be a credit on your next right? So you'd ship them back. Or when we get into retail further out, what we want to do is be able to, you could actually return them to a store and get credit from that store for that. And the other thing that is we do all plastics. So you'd be able to send us either through drop-off places or send it just a bunch of crappy plastic that you got.
got
Doesn't even
you.
have to be stuff you bought from me.
Gotcha.
And I'll give you credit for that plastics, like a plastic bank type of thing.
Yeah.
That's where this whole thing is going as it grows. You know, we got the perfect name, the Sustainiacs, right? So music and sustainability. It's funny, and I'm glad you brought all this up when we started talking about this stuff, because I was going to talk to you about we need to get a sustainable type of feature in this, because there's a lot of people that I'm learning with the picks that are you know, musicians. Musicians give a shit.
Right.
They give a shit about a lot of stuff.
Right. Sure they do.
Right? And if they can melt faces and be doing something and it's convenient and easy to do, they're going to do it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Think, oh, okay, well, nobody throws a guitar away, ever. It's just super rare.
I would suggest that it is rare. Yeah, I would. Yeah,
dude, we used to take bets on it at places where we would have a guitar that was absolutely unfixable, not realistic in the least. We would take bets on, okay, let's put this in the dumpster and see how long it takes before somebody will bring it back in here and beg us to repair it. And it never failed, not once.
That's
not
interesting.
Once.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
People won't throw away a guitar.
5-6 years ago, somebody brought in and they wanted it to be like the house guitar at work. Mm-hmm. You know, and it was a piece of crap. I forget what it was called. I think it was called Piece O' Crap.
POS or POC.
It was a POC for sure. It was and it was acoustic. I said, dude, this thing is terrible. It buzzes. It's falling. I mean, it's junk. And he goes, I think I bought it new for like $25 for my son when he was like 7. And you know what? We couldn't throw it away.
Yeah, nobody can.
No, we'd put it over by the trash can for somebody to take it, and somebody would pick it up and start playing it and put it by their desk, and it was just never would go away.
Of the shape of the guitar or musical instruments in general that just has this romanticized, magical thing that just nobody's going to let it go. You know, even if you hang it on the wall, it's just cool art.
It is just cool art. It really is, and I think everybody grew up seeing that. I wonder if that will ever change. I think it would change. I guess I don't know if
it will. It hasn't changed in well over 400 years. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Because there are. I had a lady walk in the other day. She had bought a mountain dulcimer for $10 or $15.
I have pictures of it. Is that the one you were working on back there? I've had pictures of that dulcimer.
She bought it. She wasn't really considering so much that it was an instrument.
Yeah.
You know, she probably bought it as something to hang on her kitchen wall and say, "Oh,
thought it was cool."
Yeah, it's a cool thing.
I had no idea what.
We did a little research on the internet, and it turns out it was made by a fellow named Dorsey Williams, who had died in the early '90s, around '93, I think. And his instruments were going for a couple $300.
Wow.
So very cool, right?
Yeah.
But she was buying it as an ornament to hang on the wall.
Yeah, just a dulcimer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Play green sleeves on it or something.
Sure, why not?
Seems like that's a song you would play on a dulcimer. I don't know if that's right or not.
Tell Aunt Rhodey.
You can go tell on a mountain the old gray goose is dead, or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's
but there you go. I mean, people have a very romanticized notion of musical instruments. They don't, because
they do.
Music is a funny thing. It's the language that speaks directly to the heart.
Well, it does, and I think I have it somewhere on the Ocean 7 Music website somewhere. It's the yin and yang of the universe. Is music, right? It's the happiness, it's the sadness, it's the love, it's the anger. It's got everything's in it.
Yeah,
everything
it's a form of communication that can express anything and everything.